So, what was it like growing up in the UK? And from what I understand, your father remarried an American. So, the two-part question: what was it like growing up for you in the UK? Was the arts well accepted in the UK, especially being a female? Because I'm pretty sure you guys have strict, regimented codes that you follow versus here in the United States.
Well, first of all, we got to say a couple of things. It was, 30 years ago, right?
Mhm.
So times have changed. And also, I grew up in a small country town. I did not grow up in a big city where there were more arts and more accessibility. So what was cool in my area was music,
Right.
right? I was part of a choir. I went and sung in the International Eisteddfod. We were on television, except choir mistress told me not to sing because she didn't like my top notes. So we went on a television show, Andre, and I was like, well, I'm bored. So I might as well just act out the song, right, with my face while we're singing, because I wasn't singing, right? And so it was with this woman called the singing nun, Mary O'Hara and friends, right? And so she would get a school choir every week. And we were there, and there was something about, and then we see the stars in the sky and we follow them. And I sat there and I did things like this, like, and those of you who are just listening, I just acted out like a little idiot, like looking up at the sky and following a star. Like that's what I did for this whole like session. Oh, then the TV show comes on and I'm in the blooming trailer because, right, and I'm not one of the top singers. Oh, the drama, Andre. Right? Oh, Paula Jane Newman. She doesn't even sing the notes. And then the whole TV show would just cut back to me because the cameramen are like, there are these kids doing nothing. And so that's an example of, well, I got burnt from the choir because then on the mums complained to the network. This is how small town it was. They complained to the network. So the choir was never asked back to perform on television again because Paula Jane Newman did funny faces. This is what I'm talking about. So when it came, so then the choir lady just downsized it because I kept showing up. Like my mum's like, no, you've got to do choir. Like I think that it was the only activity that me and my brother did at the same time. So my mum had like an hour piece, she's like, no, you're going to choir. And so then she delegated me to reading poetry. So
Okay.
I then became the entertainment in between the songs of reading poetry. So then I would sort of act out the poems and I would get to, no, 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 you can't act out the poem. My goodness, Blake is enough, Paula. Blake is enough. And I'm like, it's a bit boring to me, And of course, what would happen is people would laugh because they would think I was just entertaining because it's not done. But then at the same time, it was really quite sweet and endearing. So the arts were there, but in my world, music was where the arts were supposed to be. And so I had a little exposure, but it was only until I, in my mid teens, said, I've got to get out of this country. I've just got to get out of the whole blooming place. And so I'm just going to go to America and be in the movies. But I just decided that's what I'm doing.